Welcome to the stage. Now let's talk speaker. Swen with how we use CloudStack to provide managed hosting. Thank you, Swen.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome. My name is Swen Brüsecke. I'm the founder and CEO of proIO. Stefan had a great talk because we have kind of similar topics. I try to focus on other aspects, and I hope I just bore you as much as needed, okay? So just a short summary. We were founded in 2004, and as you can see from the design of my presentation, we are more Linux guys. So keep it simple is more our perspective, even if it comes to this design of the presentation. So keep that in mind. Yeah, it will not get better. We started with remote hands in Frankfurt in 2004. So we took care of servers of customers which are based or data centers in Frankfurt, Germany, and the companies themselves did not have technical personnel on site. So, okay, so we took care of that. We expanded in 2008 to Hamburg with a Hamburg office, and right now we take care about over 3,000 physical servers in Frankfurt and in Hamburg on a 24/7 coverage. Yeah, we are RIPE member, ISO certified, blah blah. After a short time, first customer came to us and told us or asked us if we can take not care of the hardware itself, also on the hypervisor. Sorry, I don't know why. This customer used Citrix Server at this time, version 5. And if somebody worked with version 5, it's not the good old days. So we started with the first server pool in 2008, providing services on top of hardware and this hypervisor. In late 2012, we felt that the customer, one particular customer, wanted more than just hypervisor. He wanted API, web GUI, and stuff like that. So we were in kind of a situation. We needed to find a solution on top of a hypervisor to provide this. So we started our evaluation with OpenStack. Because the buzz was around, and we just said, okay, let's try it, and it felt like fighting really an alien. So it felt like we only had keyboards. Peter was the only with a knife. We lost Peter, obviously. By the way, AI created this image. I asked AI, please provide an image with Thanos fighting the guys from the IT Crowd, the BBC series. After complaining about copyright, he provided this. So I guess Disney and Marvel got better lawyers than the aliens, whoever has the rights for the alien. We stopped immediately trying OpenStack. It was not possible for us to get a POC running. We are a really small team. We stopped it and we found CloudStack. It was really easy for us to get a POC running really fast. So we continued using CloudStack, and we decided not to use OpenStack for obvious reasons for us. I will not say OpenStack is bad at all. It's just not fitting for us, for our small team, because it's too complex. CloudStack is really not simple, but you know what I mean. It's simple to get up and running. But to be honest, of course, we had some pains with CloudStack too. So, and this is early 2013, so keep that in mind. Other CloudStack version, not the standard we have now. achieved in CloudStack. So we used custom offerings from the beginning. The problem with custom offerings was at that time that they were really new. I think just one version in. And we wanted to use the usage records to get the billing information out of it. At this time, the usage records were not capable of giving you the information of custom offerings. This was implemented one version later. Also, what gave us a little bit of a problem was linking the virtual machine from the usage records, linking the virtual machine to the used volumes, because our customers wanted to have a price for a virtual machine, which includes the volume. So we needed to make some workarounds, API calls in the back end to get the information, to group the information together. Projects. I don't know what your opinion about projects is. We don't use it and we don't like them. From the usage perspective, usage records perspective, they are completely handled separate. So you need to do all the API calls for the usage records again for projects. Another pain was template generating. We wanted to have a default template, Debian and Ubuntu. We are more Ubuntu based, so CentOS was not a topic at this time. We wanted to use the password reset function in CloudStack. So, and we needed to find out which kernel settings are the best for a cloud environment. So this was hard to learn, and don't start about Windows templating. Yeah, we didn't reach that at this time. Migration from shared to local storage and vice versa. We started with a Swen server and a data core. Data core, maybe some of you know that software. Software-defined storage. It runs on Windows nodes. At this time, I'm not sure how it is yet, nowadays, because I didn't follow the development of that. And you provide iSCSI loons to your hypervisor, which sounded great in the beginning, was not really great in production. So the performance was just not good because, as I mentioned before, we are more Linux-based. Maintenance was a little pain. So we decided to go to local storage, SSD local storage. At this time, there was no way to do it via API or GUI in CloudStack. So we achieved that by doing workarounds, altering DB directly. I think you know that this is the last thing you want to do in CloudStack, because you're not really aware what links to what. Even we are not aware of that. I think some guys are here which are aware of that. I'm sure about that. I gave a talk about this in 2017 on the Apache Con. So we achieved that. That was the next thing. So we moved away from shared storage to local storage. And this is our CloudStack Cosmos, however you want to call it, our technology stack, which we are using today. So today we are running 2 hypervisors. And I think Waits is happy to hear, yes, we are using XCP-ng, but we are also using KVM. But we started with Swen server and did the migration to XCP-ng because Citrix chose to change the licensing and pulled it from open source. They renamed it again back to Swen server. I'm not sure what, it's Citrix. You have all 6 months new names for same products. We using XCP-ng with local storage still, and we implemented KVM with LinStore as hyperconverged storage in hyperconverged nodes. The reason why we used LinStore is it's open source, and open source is key for us. Everything what we want to use is open source. This is the open source is in our DNA. we are using DRBD for over 10 years, so we are a little bit familiar with the technology under Linstore, and it's a proven technology, and if you want, the guys are up front here, you get enterprise support. So even it's open source, you get enterprise support if you feel you have some lack of knowledge there. Yeah, we are using Packer to create templates. At the moment, we are trying to extend the Packer CloudStack plugin, so it's able to send boot commands to the VNC console, which is not possible at the moment because the console proxy is in the middle. But since CloudStack 4.18, there is a new feature, the API-driven console access, and we are trying to use that and using the WebSocket connection to send the boot commands from Packer to the virtual machine. If this is a success, you will be possible to create CloudStack templates via Packer on CloudStack itself, and it should be much more easier because the registration of the template will also be done by Packer, and the only thing what you should do after that is to test the template and then make it public so everybody can use it. Yeah, we are in the middle of this process, so if anybody is interested in helping us, Go developing, or developers are looking for, then please contact me. We are using CloudMonkey. Roel told something about it, and to be honest, I added CloudMonkey after Roel's talk because I totally forgot it, because it's just like daily business for us to use it. We are using Ansible and we're using Terraform for deployments for our customers on CloudStack. This is what we do on top of CloudStack. We want to use as much as possible standard configurations on CloudStack. So we are still using the default image of the virtual router, and for this particular customer, we're doing 1 billion API requests per month, and the virtual router is just not close to any limit. What we did was because on the virtual router, HA proxy is also installed, but on a fairly limited capabilities. So what we did was to get a VM running, make a static NAT to the HA proxy, and then we can configure the HA proxy by ourselves and can go deeper into the configuration and the possibilities. So we are using SSL offloading. We have web servers, API servers. API servers are bare metal. We implemented bare metal into CloudStack. Not automatically. We needed to did some changes manually. The API proxy is splitting the requests. Is it API requests? Is it the web requests? After some filters. We are using internal load balancing for some services. We have SQL proxies and MySQL caches, MySQL servers, Redis. This is a VPC, and all the areas are separate tiers. So we can use the firewall between the tiers. We can say what is allowed, what's not. We can use internal load balancing. This is all open source. Again, open source is really key for us. We're doing 24/7 monitoring. We're starting implementing autoscale. We are in the testing phase still, but it's not productive, but it's looking good. Sometimes it's a little bit too slow, but I think this is more a configuration issue on our side. And we needed to have ready-to-use images, which is sometimes a little challenging because the customer is changing a lot on the web servers, content, and stuff like that. CloudStack is helping us to deploy projects fast and scale easily, and this is what we learned with this project. What we see next. We see, and I can just talk to German customers because we are German-based companies and we are working in the German area. we see more drive to private clouds at the moment, and we see two major groups addressing us regarding this. The first group is a group that, or is it called SME? I think it's called SME in English. The first group is the cloud is still the enemy. Maybe this is a German-related issue. German SMEs are known for doing infrastructure changes very, very conservative. And my sales manager told me not to use slow, conservative. Sounds better, he said. But we see that a lot of them still have on-prem hardware, bare metal, using just one OS installed. It's Windows Server, not OS. It's to 100% Windows. We want to take the fear from the word cloud for them. And one approach is to say, hey, it's your private cloud. It's not a hyperscaler. It's still a hardware only dedicated to you, and your data is only on this hardware. The other group is already using hyperscalers, but using hyperscalers more than infrastructure as a service, not so much into the service kind of hyperscalers. And they have one big concern: budget. They all complain that you're not really aware of your costs on the first of your month when you get the bill on the last day of your month. Because IOPS getting billed, and they have no idea what kind of IOPS and what amount of IOPS they will produce in this month. But they have a fixed budget in the year for infrastructure. So this is a mismatch. They also underestimated the costs. It's really expensive. Hyperscalers are not cheap. This is a learning curve which everybody maybe needs to make. I don't know, 4 or 5 years, hyperscaler, cheap, come, everything works. This is not the case. So there's a chance to provide them a fixed budget because they have dedicated hardware. On top, there is private cloud management from us. So we take care of the infrastructure and on top of the orchestration software. With this in mind, private cloud and CloudStack is for us from bottom to top the perfect solution to reach that goal for our customers. It's very important for our customers and also for us to not fight any aliens because we do not have time and we cannot lose more Peters, but instead chilling as much as possible with the alien at the beach, because I think everybody in our business is stressed, is overloaded with tasks, and if there is any help in kind of software or workflows or automation which can keep the stress from us, I think this helps us all, right? Thank you very much. And I hope I didn't bore you as much as needed.
Thank you, Swen. Thank you very much.